Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into Taurus Love Outlook for the next 7 days, June 14th to the 21st. And let's get right into it. I'm going to pull cards for you and your person. This is a love sort of connection outlook, right? So we're going to see what's going on with a connection that you have with someone in your life, right? Could be someone new, could be someone coming in. It could be someone that you're with now, whatever the case may be. Let's just take a look at it, my lovely Taurus. All right, show me what's going on for Taurus. Show me. June 14th to the 21st, show me. All right, Taurus. Let's see here. Your person is coming in as Four of Cups. You are Ace of Wands. Okay, now. They see you as a Nine of Wands, and you see them as a Nine of Cups. Sorry about that. You hear that? That's the motorcycle in the middle of the night. Two of Swords, what they desire. Empress is what you desire. Nine of Swords is what needs to happen, and for you, Three of Swords. All right, guys. Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Let's get her focused. There we go. Queen of Swords. So she's kind of bringing some energy underneath of all of this. Energy of being honest with your feelings. And then being honest with the way you're expressing your feelings as well. Being honest with who you are, right? Being honest to yourself and to others about who you truly are. So let's get right into it. Four of Cups and Ace of Wands is how you guys are coming into the week. So Four of Cups is for your person, Ace of Wands for you, Taurus. Your person is this week being really sort of obstinate, right? They're coming in and they're kind of rebuffing advances. They really don't want that cup of love that's coming in for them. Four of Cups is sort of handing out to them, right? Reaching out to them. They don't want it. They're like, look, I'm okay. I don't need any help. I don't need you. I don't need any help. I don't want to really get involved with you. We're going to see where this leads. I might get a clarifier on this. It could sometimes be also from others. It doesn't necessarily have to be you. It could be the family. It might be a little bit overbearing, and they're like, look, they don't want to deal with it. That's kind of what I'm feeling a little bit here, but we shall see. So Ace of Wands is for you, right, Taurus? So you are feeling full of fire right now. You are full of creative energy. You're full of fire. You're feeling really like excited. Taurus, you may be having a lot of creative ideas coming in, or one particular creative idea that's coming in and you're just full on, right, with it. In any case, Ace of Wands is like the potential, right? Aces represent the potential. And with Ace of Wands, it's like right now, you're really, this week, you're starting to tap into your potential as far as creativity is concerned, your passion, your fire. These are the energies you guys are coming into the week with. Now, how do you guys see each other? They see you as the Nine of Wands, and you see them as the Nine of Cups. So this is really interesting. Nines, and we have another nine here, Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of Hermit energy here. Nine being the Major Arcana card for, Major Arcana card 9 is the Hermit. And so 9 cards in any of the suits really have that feeling of being separated, being on a solitary path, hermiting yourself, going through something that only you can go through when we talk about the Nine of Swords. But your person sees you as the Nine of Wands. They see that you're kind of struggling right now. You're really going through a period. It's interesting because Nine of Wands is like starting to come out of a period, right, where you've been alienated, you've been sort of separated. You're also kind of starting to realize, like, hey, what's going on, right? Nine of Wands is that last push before you finally let go of all the hang-ups that have been kind of alienating you and keeping you away from people. So it's interesting. Nine of Wands can be that kind of, that last step is kind of like, okay, well, what about the decisions I've made, and kind of realizing where you've gone wrong, things like that. So it's interesting, Taurus, that your person is seeing that coming out in you. So they're seeing that you have probably been going through quite a difficult struggle. And right now, interesting, you're coming as Ace of Wands, but they see you as sort of looking back and starting to really figure some things out. Could be that they see that you're starting to figure out the cause of some of the arguing and bickering that may have been going on, right? In any case, they're seeing you really take a good hard look at some stuff that's been kind of troublesome in your life, and and I'm going to say, as far as this relationship is concerned, and you're kind of like waking up to some stuff. Now, Nine of Cups is how you see them. It's interesting. Again, they're coming in as Four of Cups. They don't need any help. They're very much like, look, I don't need your cup of love. I don't need you to help me with anything. I don't need it. You know, I just don't need it. I'm good on my own. It's interesting that you see them as a Nine of Cups, because Nine of Cups people are very satisfied and blessed. Nine of Cups is a high level of blessings and good relationships and feeling good, right? But see, as with all the 9 cards, they're on their own, sort of set apart, right? And so with Nine of Cups, we're talking about somebody who's kind of like, they're at this level. They're happy to have good relationships, but that deep, deep connection, you can't get with them, or they're not ready to have. So you're seeing them as being somebody who's quite happy to keep it at a certain level and no deeper, right? To keep relationships at a certain level. And that's the feeling that I'm getting here, right? So it's like, it's interesting because they're kind of waking up, they're kind of seeing you wake up to some stuff that's been going on in a relationship, and you're kind of realizing that you're dealing with somebody who's only ever going to get so deep. They're pretty happy-go-lucky where they're at with that Nine of Cups, and you're having all of this fire come in because your creative energies are off the chart right now. So what do you guys desire? Well, it's your person is desiring Two of Swords and you're the Empress. You're wanting to be extremely creative. Empress energy is Taurian energy, Taurus, right? It's very Taurian energy. It's Venus. It's the divine feminine, and it is the exalted energy of creation, right? So the Empress really, of course, represents fertility, creativity, protecting what you bring into this world, nurturing it as well, right? She just represents those divine qualities, and it's really more than anything the desire to bring something into the world that you have created. And so you are really right now with that Ace of Wands, you're like really feeling ready to sort of take off. Your person is trying to make a decision. They're stuck in the land of decisions. Something is going on with them where they're kind of like, look, Two of Swords, you know, they desire to be able to find maybe, and it's interesting, this is in position of what they desire. A lot of times Two of Swords is interpreted as the inability to make a decision, right? Land of indecision. But Two of Swords really speaks to the need for balance. Because when you have two options and you really can't choose between the other, let me take a sip of water, guys. One from the other, but you need both of them in your life, then what we are really talking about is balance. And that's what Two of Swords is all about. It's Moon in Libra energy, right? So finding a balance, finding a good balance. And so your person is really desiring to find a good balance here. And I'm wondering what this is all about. It could really, and then when we have Queen of Swords here talking about really being honest with your feelings, it could very well be that you guys are kind of starting to move apart from each other. What needs to happen? Nine of Swords, Three of Swords. Well, for them, Nine of Swords, they have a lot of anxiety. They really need to deal with their anxiety. They need to deal with their regret. You may be dealing with somebody who has a lot of anxiety, who generally has a lot of anxiety. They're caught up in their head a lot. You know, especially with that Two of Swords there, is being in position of what they desire. This is somebody who worries a lot about stuff, but then again, are they worrying about the right things, right? Are they really kind of like, because it almost feels to me like you're going down this road of heavy creativity, and it may be that they're feeling like, where's there room for me? What's going to happen to me? But then again, you're seeing the Nine of Cups, which is, they can only get so deep. It's not like their passion and their depth is sort of matching you. So this is a situation where, you know, it's not really so much about attraction or love. It could very well be that what you're desiring out of life, Taurus, is taking you down a road where your person simply can't follow because they just don't have that depth that you have, or desire, or understanding, or whatever it is to go to that level with you, right? They're over here with Nine of Cups, very happy to be where they're at. Blessed, happy, but just happy to be where they're at, right? And so it's interesting. For you, what needs to happen is Three of Swords. So Three of Swords is betrayal, right? And of course, nobody needs betrayal. So it's interesting that Three of Swords is coming in. Recognize the betrayal. Something is being betrayed here. And I think with that Queen of Swords, it could very well be that what needs to happen is that you, for instance, Taurus, if you're in a situation where you're kind of betraying your feelings, you're betraying like who you really are. Let's get this. Can I get this? There we go. Who you really are, how you really feel, if this is really for you, right? And so it's interesting that Three of Swords will come out in that position, right? Something is going on somewhere where a promise may need to be broken, right? So what needs to happen? Three of Swords betrayal. Could very well be, right, that you may be dealing with somebody that before you were like, oh, I will always be with you, right? I will always stick with you, be with you. And now it's kind of like, oh, well, maybe not, right? So there is a betrayal there, or there may need to be a betrayal happening, but it may come across as a betrayal. It's Three of Swords. It's going to hurt somebody's heart, right? Somebody's heart is, you know. Now, you may or may not resonate with this, and it's like, I want to be clear about this positioning for this card, and I'm going to get clarity on it from another card, but I do feel like it may be a case of somebody just may need to get hurt here, right? And not in the case of, oh, you are purposely trying to hurt them, but because the decision to be truly free with that Empress energy may necessitate you making the type of decisions for yourself that somebody takes as a betrayal to them. And it's not always, I mean, just because they feel that way or there is a sense of that there doesn't necessarily mean it is a betrayal as such. And again, it could, I don't feel like this is like third party energy or anything like that. I feel like this is almost more talking about a betrayal to what you had promised, maybe, right? A promise perhaps that you have made. Okay, so let's get into, let's go ahead and clarify that Three of Swords that I'm on right now. Show me that Three of Swords. Clarify that for my Taurus for me. Show me. So Three of Wands. Okay, so virtue, messages coming in, but virtue. Three of Wands is virtue. Three on three. So this is interesting. So waiting for news. It could be, Taurus, that you are waiting for information to come in until you make your final decision. But once you make your decision, it will very much feel like a betrayal. Somebody's going to be very hurt here. It could be that just the fact that you are deciding to move on, even though you promised you never will, you promised you love them forever, or even if you are moving on with someone else or for something else, but you are very much waiting for some news to come in. Now, for some of you, it could just be vice versa, maybe something else, but there's something like that going on here. All right, you got that three on top of the three. Three of Wands being the card for patience, right? And three is in tarot the number for virtue, loyalty and bonding, but and then we have that major arcana 3 here with the Empress. So but Three of Wands is very much you kind of like waiting for the first sign of something, right? Waiting for the first sign, trying patiently waiting, but anxiously waiting, but wanting to be patient, having to just see what the message is, and the message is going to inform whether or not how the situation is going to get sorted out. Let me light my thing. So this goes out when I shuffle. Okay, so let's clarify. I want to clarify that Four of Cups. Clarify the Four of Cups for me. Show me what's going on with that Four of Cups for my lovely Taurus. January 14th to the 21st. Show me. So Queen of Swords again, okay? So there you go. All right, Queen of Swords is coming out again. So it's about, this is interesting, Four of Cups, it's like, okay, you don't want to accept it, somebody's really not, and that's your person coming in, but with that Queen of Swords covering it. So there's something going on here about, people either not being able to handle who you truly are, you're showing who they are, or somebody's showing like their true self, right, with that Queen of Swords. I really do think it may be you, Taurus, but it could be vice versa. But it's kind of like showing who you truly are is affecting somebody, right? Like not playing the role. It could be that you've been playing a particular role. You may have been playing, the dutiful boyfriend, the dutiful girlfriend, whatever. You may have been putting up with shit, right? And again, but now you're not willing to do that. That's Queen of Swords energy. And then when we're talking about Four of Cups, not willing to take that cup of love. So something is going on there. with your person, okay? Really sort of reacting to you showing your true colors, or like I said, vice versa. So show me what is going on. Show me what is going on. Wow, the cards are so jumpy. I want to know that Nine of Swords. What is going on with this Nine of Swords? Show me, clarify that Nine of Swords for me. Show me, my lovely Taurus. January 14th to the 21st. Show me. So Knight of Swords again. So Knight of Swords, another sword card. A lot of mental stuff going on here. A lot of anxiety with the mental, but Knight of Swords is really kind of cutting away things that are holding you back. Okay, so your person is feeling really, really anxious that you are about to like be done with them, I feel like. You know, you're moving slowly away from them, Taurus. You're starting to really be very much more honest, I think, with yourself. And you're pulling away from them, you know? And it's like, something is going on here with you. There's definitely sort of a feeling of betrayal, but there's also, again, you're waiting for something to come in. There's very specific things happening here in this connection this week. But for the most part, I'm going to say, let me boil it down to this. You're dealing with somebody, I feel like, this is a reading for a Taurus, who's dealing with somebody who's not quite able to keep up with you creatively. There's love here, there's affection here, but when we're talking about being together, your energies are not keeping up with each other. Their energy is a little bit slower, their energy is a little bit more simplified. They're not as I want to say, they may not be as adventurous as you or as creative. I think the creativity factor is what it is, right? And you're kind of waking up to a lot of this, right? Now, they're wanting to make a decision about this. They want to try to find a balance with you. They want to keep you in their lives, but I think that at the end of the day, something about their behavior is also holding you back. Right? Something about their behavior is holding you back. And there's something coming up here where, yeah, it could just work out if there was a balance here, but there's something else going on here that's really propelling you away from them. You're being much more creative, but you're being much more creative with that princess, but it is propelling you a little bit away from them. And I want to say that also it could be that something about their attitude or their emotions are just making you feel sort of, stymied or pulled back, right? And at the same time, you are bursting Ace of Wands, Empress energy with creativity. So it's like it's stifling you. You really don't like that. They feel that, Nine of Swords. So they're feeling that, and they also have a lot of anxiety about that. And they have a lot of anxiety because you're absolutely the type of person who's going to cut away anything that's holding you back. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you are also waiting for a message to come in about something, and there will be a feeling of betrayal if this ultimately resolves to this end. To this natural end for those of you, Taurus, who are indeed sort of like really branching out creatively lately, and your person can't keep up. All right, let me give you guys an animal spirit real quick, and then I'm going to call this your reading for January 14th to 21st. Show me 2 animal spirits for you and your person. So you may resonate with some of that, or all of it, or pieces of it, whatever, you know, if it resonates for you and helps you understand some portion of what you're going through with somebody, that's all that really matters. So I do hope so. Show me that. Show me this Taurus energy. What's going on with the 2 animal spirits for this week? January 14th to the 21st. Dolphin. Yeah, dolphin. Camel, there you have it. So dolphin is healing. Healing is coming in. Intuition, healing, feeling, emotion. A lot of emotions this week. So somebody's dealing with dolphin energy. They're really naturally radiating a lot of healing energy. And then camel is really being self-sufficient. One of you are a very self-sufficient person. So you only you're self-sufficient, self-reliant. You are resourceful. You really don't require anybody. You don't require anybody helping you. And you really don't require anybody giving you any kind of coddling, emotional sort of, how you doing? You all right? You're right. You know, you don't require that. The camel is very, very strong. It's a survivor. And he survives in barren wastelands. He survives in lands that have no water. So you can imagine the camel, if we take, you know, we can interpret it as it is the animal spirit that really can handle more than anything a lot of heat. It can handle an environment that has a lack of water, a lack of emotion, a lack of understanding or sensitivity, especially if you're dealing with angry people or obstinate or overbearing or controlling people who have a lot of fiery sort of I want to say fiery, passionate feelings that haven't really been exalted, right, into a higher sort of feeling, the camel can really withstand that and be very, very calm. And then the dolphin, of course, is the quintessential animal spirit for healing and intuitive ability, just knowing naturally what is needed in a situation to help somebody understand and heal themselves. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Taurus, this is your reading for this week. Let me put this in such a way so you guys can see everything. And that's it, January 14th to the 21st. I hope you got something out of it and some clarity and all of that good stuff. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because I really don't upload regularly now. I try to upload every day, every other day. I'm trying not to have too long between days when I upload, but I won't know what reading I'm doing until I rise that day and decide what reading to do. So in any case, I love you guys. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you at your next Taurus reading. Bye-bye now.